So this is Where 1974, and I bring you the last part of Traysia. The excitement continues all around him. So basically, if you didn't see the last video, he's back to town, his hometown. And what's probably even weirder is that this is probably where the best equipment is in the game, his hometown. You think he probably, before he left his hometown, he gets some, well, the best equipment before he travels off. So what's happening right now is that there's a big wild town. Somebody came around and apparently cut the town, destroying houses. I'm not quite sure if any people were killed, but apparently there's a new ruler, new dictator, while our hero, Roy, wasn't around. So we're going to find out what's going on. This is also the longest chapter, and it's also the frustrating because the enemy's got a truckload of hit points here that take forever to kill. So right here, it was trying to get in before, but you have to pay the dues to get in, but luckily you don't have to do it once. It was only a few, well, actually a couple hundred, so it's easy to get in because I'm low on money. So we're just getting some information about this town, which we already knew, just to save us some trouble. So apparently this person that came to town was like a hero patrolling the law and order, as what that woman said. But at the same time, it caused some houses to burn. Just say. Well, since we're here, we'll check some equipment. Not that good. What about you guys? You got something for me, the hero? Yes, we do. Blue axe, war sword. And we'll see what's going on in the next house there. So I'm just buying some honey. Well, what's going on before, I had all those sticks before. It increases my defense quite a bit, but now there's a stick upgrade in this town called a ghost stick, and it increases your armor by 100. And there's a bug, you can equip a lot of them on a single character. So the maximum defense you can get is 999. So that'll definitely free some space in my inventory after selling all those sticks that I had before back in level 3, I think. Water sticks. So here I am at home, just advancing the plot. Why did I say pot? So basically, you're telling your parents there they miss you, and apparently our house was burnt or crushed or whatever not, and you're staying at Traysia's house and their parents actually. Yeah, you're definitely not a lucky one. And you're lucky to be in this game. How terrible it is. No, I don't remember you. Just driving with you, buddy. Now that's devotion. Having a girl like Traysia to stay with you all this time. So there is $9.99. We saw that for a split second. All those gold sticks equipped. I think that was probably this the magic shop. I don't think there was anything in here. No, there was one I'd like to buy. I got 30,000, might as well buy it. But I probably won't need it. The Eerie Own. How's that for a spell? I own ya. Well, it's not an attack spell. I think that's a res spell. I'm not quite sure, but I shouldn't use it on this final chapter, but it's one of those rare games that you get magic, but you don't need to use it at all. There's nothing there. Golden treasure. They're all pretty useless. They're all just junk. I think they all just increase your defense like a penny, since it's not really that good. I think there was one person here that's important. I think it might be this guy, the blind guy. He's the one, I believe, who assists in building the wall. Yeah, he told me to get out. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause the video and we're going to check out the wilderness. So here I am outside. I finally got out, so it was towards the left hand side. So my next mission is to actually go to a lighthouse and just basically visit a person here. So I should run into an enemy. There we go. Okay, these particular knights here, they actually take a while to kill, even with the best equipment I got, and also light soldiers. Despite having the best equipment, one of them do have a lot of hit points, more than me apparently. So this setup, for some reason, this game should always have your mage using your arrow and just shoot the enemies from distance. And as you can see, one of the enemies is caught by the tree. That's NPC for you. It's so great in this game. And the others are just there whacking at my party, which does no damage whatsoever because of my ghost sticks. As I mentioned before, my defense is 999, which is the cap, the maximum in this game. And with the maximum, they're not even putting it dead in my party. So this is basically just free XP and also free money. And I believe also too that these particular enemies give you the maximum amount of money in this game per encounter. And you don't really need, since I got that best equipment in this game, yeah, I think there's actually a few items that need to be found for the best weapons. Because armor is void. What I mean is, it's really no point getting good armor because my armor is maxed. And there's really no point in getting any magic resist items because the enemy doesn't throw any magic spells at me. So I got one of the items. No, I got one of the enemies down because Magellan is one of my strongest characters. Banji, or the princess, does do a fair amount of damage. I think pretty much the same as Roy. And fighting these enemies usually takes about 2 to 3 minutes, which is a pain in the arse because there's actually no pattern to them. They just go straight down towards one of your party members and just beat them or whack them with a broom. There we go. Now we're down to the last one, and he should go down momentarily. There are other enemies outside of the town, but they don't have as many hit points. And it goes light soldier, and I level up. And here we go, 9999. So what we're gonna do next, I'm gonna pause the video again, and we'll go to the Lighthouse Area. So here we're in the next area. Oh, I probably should say this is not actually the lighthouse. It's actually the next town. But there's really nothing in here. It's pretty much controlled by the army. And they pretty much say threatening stuff to you, but they don't do anything. I think there's an inn here, but I don't really need an inn because I'm invincible. Government office. That's nice. Government office in game, government office in real life. Have to go for control our lives. Just basically threatening us. You don't belong in this town. If you don't, we'll just throw you in jail. And there's some people have to say about this. can't fish. Just like in real life. Aha! Huzzah! Like saying the word huzzah. Alright, the next section should be, there we go, the Lighthouse Area. And it's a very short area. You just have to go in and go a few steps. And we'll see what to say about this army taking over. When I first run here, I didn't run into any enemies. Of course, this time around with my level, I should be able to oh yeah, that's right, Super Tulip. That does absolutely nothing. It's just the accessory that does absolutely nothing. I think I only raises like 1 or 2 defense points. I think there's something else in here too. I recall there's a better axe for my princess. Smashing. Smashing! We'll get rid of the blue axe and we'll give the smashing axe. Smash mash. And went up, well, a couple points there. It's always having high attack, it's always good. Alright, let's proceed. The Chief of the Fishermen. Alright, well, listen. Gotta love the Arangish in this game. So, looks like the army captured me, threw me in some kind of weird dungeon-ish type setting. I don't really call it, but it's not jail because it's a big jail. That's gratitude for you. Now this part is probably the most frustrating parts of the game because everything is black. You have to go a certain direction to go through this darkness maze. There's also enemies. But that's just part 1 of the darkness. There's also part 2. Part 2 is probably the most frustrating part. And it's really not worth seeing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause the video again and we'll get out the darkness. Or better yet, I'll just fast forward. Alright, so we're out of the darkness finally, and we're in some bushes here. So what we have to do is first get out of the bushes. Look at that, we're out of the bushes. And we're going to do, we have to go back to town to advance the plot even further. But there's a certain section of town I could not pass because of the guard. But this time, the guard is not there. Okay. I thought that might show you what to do next, but it doesn't because we're right past the lighthouse. There's really no point seeing all these people here. I think this is the direction. No, it's no. I do not think. No, I have to go back to. There should be some kind of opening on the right hand side of town, around the middle part, where I have to go next. Here it is. So I'm going to go to the left hand side, and we'll proceed to a little dungeon. So right now, this is just sitting there. I met with Traysia. She was in a wall, and I have to free her, but I need to talk to somebody who knows around and able to free her. So I'm actually visiting the builder, which I showed in the video earlier, and he has an apprentice. So now I have to go back and meet up with the apprentice and free Traysia. I want to do that. I'll take her back to town and then go after the ruler. Oh, there's actually some plot here. Okay, so now our princess has been captured and basically saved us time so all of us can get away. Now we have to go back and get her. Now you kind of think, I'm going through Roy's head, this girl in my party, this is twice now she did something like this for me. One with the memory thing and now taking the girl out. So she probably should dump Traysia and just get the princess. I mean, Jesus. What's a guy to do? But the 1990s game, so what do you expect? So now I can now go to the front entrance, or actually the house where the ruler is. I assume that's where my female counterpart is. Proceed to the boss because the way to there is actually behind some pillars. So look at that. It is our friend, our good friend, the one who betrayed us at the beginning of the game. And look, there's our princess, but surprised she's not dead already because he pretty much pissed off at Roy now. I do not hate you because I'm a kind person. I love living things, even though I kill them. So right now I have to defeat these little sheep fighters with claws, apparently, and then we'll proceed. So here we are at the final level. And it's one big room. And we'll let Floyd and Roy have their conversation. And that's the phrase of the day: unfortunate relationship. Ah, shit. Kind of bleeding all over you, Roy. Well, it looks like our princess sacrificed herself to save Roy one last time. And there's a little sparkle into Roy's eyes. But the game's not over, because you actually have to walk the town, because the game doesn't want you to end just like that. You actually have to walk back the town after one of your party members die heroically. They couldn't just go to a cutscene. You actually have to walk, which only takes about a few seconds. So our princess, you know, one last breath and basically tell him get married and all that. So I got a feeling I found the game itself pretty much gave the princess the little end of the straw this time around, and it's really too bad, really. Basically, once you talk to Traysia, you basically go to a long sequence of events later on. So while you're watching this, fans, I'm just going to make it brief and say this: the story is okay for a 90s game. I think pretty much a lot of these type of stories in consoles back then were popular. I'm not saying they're popular, but they're pretty much easy to understand. I pretty much when I was playing through the game, I played this before. I rented this twice before. The combat system is broken, as pretty much seen. Nobody uses magic. The AI, the enemies are pretty much pathetic. You get ridiculously strong during the course of the game. You get ridiculously strong at the beginning of the game. This game, it seems that the developers pretty much dropped the ball on this one. They really did check the stick bug in this game here, which makes your defense ridiculously strong. But on the other hand, there's no items in this game which makes your stats go up permanently. Like let's say, if you eat an apple or whatnot, and your strength goes up by 2 points, or using this will go up by 3 points permanently. There's nothing like this in the game here. And now we see Roy's left alone, and we see our comrades here leaving up north. But what's the sad part is that there's no development in any of the characters except basically to the last end. You only know about Roy and maybe the princess there, but you don't really know much about the other 2 party members at all, especially the mage, or we don't call her a mage, or we'll call her an archer, because she doesn't use any magic. Well, she can, but it's pretty pathetic. The magic system here is broken. It's non-existent. Nobody uses it. It's there in the world, but it's so bad. And here we see what's going on a whole year later. And there's long credits. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sign off and let the credits roll, and I'll see you next time.